Discuss about the Schrodinger's equations and applications. Schrodinger equation in application part only we discuss about the time independent. So time independent, here there is no time derivative, only space derivative. So you can say this is the x-axis equation, x-axis. So you can say one dimension, and next it is three dimension because I am taking here del square. So del square means it is your Laplacian operator. It carries x, y, z axis. So you can say space on three dimension. Okay. So del square operator. It is your Laplacian operator, and it is a three dimension. And suppose the question is write down the Schrodinger equation along z axis. Then you replace x as z. You replace x as z. Then the same, the other term is same. Only you in place of x you write z. If the particle is moving along z axis. Question may come actually in last semester, I think last semester there is a question. Write down this Schrodinger time independent equation along z axis. So if it is z axis, then you write here in place of x you write z, and other term remains same. Okay, then come to the application part. So time independent, you write the time independent equation while you discussing the application. There are three applications. Already I discussed in the last video. Also I sent the notes of the three applications last month. You verify your note. There are three applications. Number one, particle in one dimensional box, or you can say particle in infinite D potential well. So in this first application, you will find the eigenfunctions, probability density, energy eigenstate of the particles. That means allowed energy states of the particle. In second application, that is potential step. In potential step, the condition is energy of the particle greater than barrier step height. That means your potential height V naught. If energy of the particle greater than the potential height, so what are the possibility? The particle will transmit. Okay, but there is probability of reflection also. So in the second application, you will find reflection coefficient and transmission coefficient. You can verify your note. Already I sent the note to you in last month. Then third application about the potential barrier. In potential barrier, what is the condition? Energy of the particle less than the barrier height. If it is less than the barrier height, what is the possibility? Possibility is generally the particle will reflected back. But quantum mechanically there is a chance of transmission, that is T. So here in this third application you will discuss about the transmission probability T. So these are the main points of these three applications. So you verify your note and go through the theoretical background of these three. Today we will discuss only the problems related to these applications. Because we have completed the syllabus, the theoretical part. So you go through the theory and formula. Only we discuss about the problems. So come to for the first application problem. Particle in one dimensional box. One dimensional box you can say, or you can say infinite D potential well. Same meaning. Both have same meaning. In some book it is written one dimensional box. In some book it is written infinite D potential well. And this is the graphical representation. If you take x-axis and it is your vx axis. So vx is infinite when x less than 0 and when x greater than a. It is a, it is the width of the well or box you can say. If x less than 0, it is infinite. When x greater than a, it is infinite. But if the x lies between 0 to a, potential is 0. So the particle is here inside the well, and when the particle is inside the well, potential is 0. So this is the potential condition for this first application. Then come to the problem. An electron is trapped in an infinite deep potential well of width 1 angstrom. Determine the allowed energies. Of the electron for the three lowest energy levels. Three. That means n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3. Three lowest energy levels. Find the wavelength if a photon emitted due to jumping of electron from n is equal to 2 state to n is equal to 1 state. So here two questions are there. Number one, you have to find the three energy levels. Second bit is there. If a electron jump from energy state 2 to energy state 1, what is the wavelength of the photon which is emitted due to the jumping of electron from n2 to n1 state? So two questions are here. So first we solve the first one, the three lowest energy levels. So for three lowest energy levels, what is the formula of energy eigenstate? En is equal to n square h square by 8 m h square, where n is the levels, energy levels, okay, or you can say energy states n. It may be 1, starting from 1, 2, 3, 4 like this, and it is h is a Planck's constant, m is the mass of the electron, a is the width of the well or box, width of the box or well you can say. So this formula also you can write in terms of h cross. So in terms of h cross also you can write, if it is h cross then pi, here pi come. Better you remember this formula. It is easy. N square h square by 8 m h square. And other formula in some book it is n square h square pi square by 2 m h square. Same formula. You can remember. Better first one is easy to remember. Then come to different energy states, n1, n2, n3. For n1 you find E1 by putting the value of Planck's constant, mass of the electron, width. So width is here 1 angstrom. Width is given. Width is 1 angstrom. So put the value of AMH here, and this is your in terms of joule. So joule you can convert in terms of electron volt. In the last video I explained how you convert energy electron volt to joule. So as far the relation is concerned, 1 eV is equal to 1.6 10 to the power minus 19 joule. So it is the conversion from electron volt to joule. So by applying this relation, you can convert to electron volt, 37.7 eV. Then for N2, you find E2. E2 is what? If you write E2, it will be 4. So 4, or you can write n square E1, that is 4 E1. So 4 E1 already you got 37.7 eV. So it is 151 eV. That is E2. Similarly, E3, for N3, E3, 9 E1 is your 339 eV. Okay. So these are the lowest energy levels. E1, E2, E3. Three lowest energy levels. It is the answer of first bit. Then second bit, when the electron jump from N2 to N1 state, what is the wavelength of the photon? So as per the formula, E2 minus E1, this is the jumping of electron from E2 to E1. This difference gives you the energy of the photon. It is the h nu is the energy of the photon. H nu is the energy of the photon emitted during the jumping of the electron. So E2 minus E1 is equal to E is h nu, H is H C by lambda, you know, C by lambda is your nu. Then from this formula, E2 minus E1, you can subtract E2 minus E1. E2 is 151, E1 is 37.7. When you subtract these two, result is 113.3 with the subtraction. And HC value, last video I find the value HC is equal to 1240 EV nanometer. So it is your HC value. HC value is 1240 EV nanometer by lambda. So lambda is equal to, if you calculate, lambda value will be 11 nanometer. So this is the wavelength, that means second bit of this question. So I think you understood this problem. So some assignment based upon this problem, you can solve the second and third question I given as assignment to you. The same question, only you change. Same question, only you change the width. The particle is electron. You see, you understand the question. Particle is the same, electron is there, but the width of the well is 0.2 nanometer. This is the change here. Only this change. Width here 0.2 nanometer, and you have to find out the three lowest energy level N1, N2, N3 of this energization state, and what will the lambda of the photon? When the electron jump from third energy state to first energy state. So it is the question. Particle is electron, width is 0.2 nanometer. You have to find out the different energy states, lowest energy states, 1, 2, 3, and it is first bit. Second bit is, you have to, the second bit is lambda is equal to how much when the electron jump from third energy state to first energy state. Another problem, the mass of the particle changes to 1 milligram. It is not electron, it is any particle whose mass is 1 milligram. Width of the well is 1 centimeter. You have to calculate its minimum speed. The question is calculate its minimum speed. So for this I give you the formula. The formula is, you have to find out the minimum, means you have to find out E1 first. First find out E1. So E1 is equal to energy half mv square. So from this relation you have to find out the V. So it is the question. Question is, you have to find out the V. Okay, understood? So these two questions are your assignment. So likewise, you collect other applications of your infinite deep potential well or particle in a box. It is your first application, particle in one dimensional box or infinite deep potential well. So you collect other problems. Thank you.